a lot. Yeah, good analogy. Because it's most of the time it's sitting in the dark, doing absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
And even when something happens, 99% of the time you don't even know what happened.
Yeah,
until you review the evidence.
You review the evidence. Yeah.
You can go through several investigations and get a lot of evidence, but never even know what happens when it happens. So, what you see on TV is really nothing like what a real investigation is like.
Yeah.
Nothing like it. It's very boring. And the only thing I have bad to say about the TV shows, and this is, and I've said this time and time again, is they're going around the country and they're doing investigations at all these places and putting their stamp of approval on all these different haunted locations.
Or supposedly haunted locations.
Whether they're really haunted or not, who knows. And suddenly, instead of only charging a few dollars to investigate there, now it's a few $1,000s to investigate there.
Yeah.
You know, as soon as their stamp of approval goes on any building, it's almost put immediately out of reach for the normal paranormal investigator. So in that aspect, they are not helping the paranormal field because they're basically roadblocking every haunted location in the country.
But I think you'll start seeing that decline.
Oh, absolutely.
Because
it already is.
Once people aren't willing to pay these prices anymore.
I can't believe people pay what they pay now.
Yeah.
I really can't believe it. I mean, some of the fees that some of these locations charge, I can't believe they charge that amount. It's like, wow.
And the people actually show up.
Yeah.
The other thing I'm going to diss the shows on is that they will use pieces of equipment that are just garbage.
Oh, absolutely.
And it makes people think that it's a good piece of equipment, and they spend a lot of money to buy it. Well, and it's money they've wasted.
Well, perfect example is for several years, they pretty much used a Ovilus as a main paranormal investigation.
I knew you were going to say that. I knew you were going to say that.
Well, Ghost Adventure used it.
Yeah.
I think Taps used it too, didn't they? Didn't they have an Ovilus?
I'm not sure.
I know Ghost Adventures used the crap out of it.
Yeah. The ghost stores rated it high.
Yeah, they all have these things, and they all were using this and basically telling everybody these are great tools. And they're not, and it's not.
What they do is they make good TV because it's something
gives you
instant
evidence. Yeah, that people can. Oh, wow! Did you hear that?
Yeah,
and they are horrible evidence.
It's not even really evidence.
It's not evidence. It's a random word generator that spits a word out.
Yeah.
That means absolutely nothing. That's all it's doing.
Yeah.
It's just a random word generator. It's no better than Ghost Radar. Really, it isn't.
Well, I mean, you have to remember, again, ratings and everything, and I think a lot of this equipment that you see on TV is developed for the TV shows to give you instant feedback. Because
now, answer me this.
Yeah.
If you were programming a random word generator, you can put any word you want into it, right?
Right.
So if you were the maker of Ovilus and you knew that particular Ovilus was going to be used on Ghost Adventures, so you know the Ovilus that's going to be used by Ghost Adventures is being, you can actually pre-load that with certain words.
Oh yeah, and make certain words come up more often than others,
like make sure Zach's name is going to be one of the top words to come out. So if it comes out and says Zach or Nick or something,
right? You're
going to make sure that it's going to do that.
Yeah, and that's just simple computer programming.
Right. So, as long as they get the right Ovilus, it's going to work just wonderfully.
Right.
So you can't trust any of this stuff. I mean, it's not real evidence. It's not tangible evidence. Anything that can be programmed by man, this thing is nothing but a program, and it's just spitting random words out. So do not trust them. Bad evidence. It's not going to advance the field at all. It's a parlor trick. It's nothing more than a parlor trick. And smoke and mirrors.
They're pricey.
Oh, yeah.
And if they stuck an antenna on it, it would be even more pricey.
It'd even be better.
You weren't here for that.
Yeah. That's from our friends from
Paraskeptics. They said it's amazing. You can take what did they say, a turd and stick an antenna on it and charge $100?
As long as it's got an antenna, it's got to work better.
A piece of ghost hunting equipment.
Well, the reason why that kind of came out from, I think, the people from the REM pods and different things when they first came out. Suddenly they started putting antennas on them. Well, then soon they put an antenna on them, they charge twice as much.
Yeah.
So throw an antenna on it makes it worth more.
Those are good. They're good guys, though.
Oh yeah, I love the way they I love the way they attack people.
Tony Bennett and Lady Gaga. Remember?
Yep, that's Tony Bennett and Lady Gaga.
That's what they want to be known as.
Because they didn't want to give their real names.
Yeah, their names are anonymous. So, anyways, but yeah, those adventures, their seasons lately have been getting a little weird.
Yeah.
A little dramatic. A little too dramatic.
Well, I mean, Aaron's off the show now. So
is he?
Yeah, he's off the show.
Goodwin?
Aaron Goodwin. Nick. Sorry,
or Nick Groff.
Nick. Sorry,
is he actually off the show, or is that
no?
Nick
Was that
left.
A rumor?
Oh,
no,
he did leave it.
Nick did leave.
What's he doing now?
You know, I know he co-owns a gymnasium. He's really into working out and health and stuff.
Oh, okay. I know.
But he's got a young daughter, I believe, and I think he just wanted to spend more time with his family and that. But Jay Wasley and what's the other guy's name? Bill, I think. I apologize if I got that wrong.
Yeah, there's a Bill. I think the one guy does the monitors and stuff. I think that Bill. Or
they've taken more of a role in the show.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
I don't know. And like I think we talked about before, I think these shows are starting to decline.
Yeah.
They're not as popular as they were.
No.
So now they're going to be doing whatever they can to get ratings back up. Yeah.
So
they're and we're not saying they're not good guys, because I'm sure they are. I mean, I met Jay Wasley.
To be honest with you,
I interviewed him, and he was a really awesome guy.
To be honest with you, there isn't any one of us here, or that we know, that wouldn't be doing the exact same thing if you were in their shoes.
No.
You know what I'm saying? Or if you were with Ghost Hunters and Taps and had their show going, you like them or hate them, you would be doing the exact same thing they're doing now. And because that's how they're making a living right now. I mean, that's their livelihood. So they're going to do whatever they got to do.
Well, I'm sure there's some people out there would be like, I don't care how much money they pay me. I don't want to sell out if I have to be fake. Which I'm not saying they are fake. I'm not, because I'm not there. I don't know what evidence they're getting. I don't know what they do behind the scenes. So,
well, the problem is it's not always the people doing the investigations that are faking the evidence.
Yeah.
When you have producers that are all they care about is ratings, they don't care about the field, that are running the show, they can be sending people in there ahead of time without you even knowing about it and faking evidence.
The perfect example was that Halloween special at the Stanley with Taps.
Right.
When I think it was the second year they did that. And they were down in the basement, and all of a sudden this creepy voice, just out of booming, creepy voice, comes out and goes, "You do not belong here."
Yeah.
And you could see Jason just rolling his eyes, going, "Oh my God." And even, you knew it was fake. And Grant tried to play along with it, but then later, when they did the evidence review, now, if you had that on tape, a real haunted voice that came out and said that to you, wouldn't that be kind of like part of your evidence?
Especially, that'd be like
pretty big evidence.
Big evidence, yeah.
They didn't even mention it in their review, in the evidence review. So that pretty much tells you what that was.
Yeah.
That was
producers.
That was sci-fi.
Hiding a
without
speaker.
And you could tell they were both surprised when they heard it. So I think it was thrown at them without them even knowing it was going to happen.
You know what I read recently? I actually saw it on Facebook. I think Chip Coffey is the one who shared, I believe, or Jeff Bollinger, one of the other, is that Lizzie Borden's grave was just desecrated.
Yes, I saw that on
someone spray painted it.
Facebook, or somebody had listed that. Yes, they at least it was just spray paint.
Yeah,
that can be cleaned off. But yeah, they said that actually happens. What I was reading is that actually happens more than you think.
It's sad.
It's not just hers. It's celebrity headstones tend to be
targets for vandalism.
Yeah.
A lot of times they'll try and chip off a piece of the headstone for a souvenir.
Yeah. And speaking of Chip Coffey, he just had an event. I don't know if it was just him, but he just went to an event at the Stanley.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because he was showing pictures that he was taking there. I mean, it was just this past week.
Oh, speaking of events, I'd like to take a few seconds to congratulate all the people up at Salem Con.
Yes.
They're having a convention up in Salem, Massachusetts right now as we speak.
Denny and Bethany Gage are there.
They're up there. We couldn't make it this year.
Yeah, why aren't we there?
Because we had to be here.
Oh, okay.
Because it's a long ways to drive.
Yeah, I know. I got school,
but it would have been a fun event.
Yeah.
But you know what? Hey, I'm sure that everybody up there's having a good time.
I'm sure they are.
Hey, congrats!
Yeah.
It looks like it was a successful event. So I wish I could have been there. So hey, Dan, we're almost halfway through. Who do you got for music?
This week we have Black Velvet Society with Mark Kane, and you can check them out on our featured artist page.